Hello and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I'll be reading for you tonight, this evening. We will be reading for Pisces in this video. And this is a you and them reading. So I will shuffle the cards. You will be here, your person will be here, or vice versa. And there will be a middle card for the nature of the relationship. This will be what you're bringing, what they're bringing, what the nature of the connection is. And it doesn't have to be a love reading. It could be anybody that you're thinking about right now. It could be a friend, family member, boss, coworker, whatever. And then at the bottom, there will be the outcome. As we go along, I will clarify some cards. I may not clarify all. I tend to be kind of long-winded and very thorough, and so I'm going to try to make it shorter, but that might not happen, so feel free to listen to the reading on like a sped up pace. Okay, so let's get in tune with Pisces, and keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not for anybody else who is watching. But this is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. What message do we have for Pisces and their person? What message do we have for Pisces and their person? Anytime you see this will be the right time. These are timeless readings. When and if the reading finds you and you click on it, that is the time for you to watch it and for the time for the message to find you. Okay, this is for Pisces. What do we have for Pisces and their person? What do we have for Pisces and their person? Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Three of Cups, which is a very lovely card. Friendship, togetherness, also fun, things like that. Okay, so Pisces, on your side we have the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. There's some really good and strong energies with the Queen of Cups. That's you. There you are. And King of Pentacles could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But what it looks like here, Pisces, is that you are kind of going back and forth on something, and there is a lot of internal struggle with the Five of Wands with this Judgment here. So you're bringing in some should I, shouldn't I, or kind of going back and forth on something here. And with regard, since it is next to the Five of Wands, this can be an internal struggle about, you know, having to do with the self, the drive, the action, what action you're going to take. This can also mean that other people in your sphere, in your group, perhaps friend group, as we have the Three of Cups here, are also at odds with whatever it is you're juggling. Could also just be that you're juggling a job and a side hustle, and you might be internally struggling on how to balance those things. But ultimately, you're bringing a lot of love, a lot of nurturing. When you're sitting in the Queen energy, that's really good energy. And it would appear we have like some kind of divine pairing here. So Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, you get the emotions and the love and nurturing and all the things, coupled with an energy of stability, also nurturing but very much grounded in the practical. So perhaps right now you're balancing those two energies within yourself. The practical, keeping mindful of your pentacles, mindful of the long vision, what it is that you're here to do on a very physical, very practical plane, and then balancing that out with your feelings and your psyche and how you nurture others and yourself in this process. On their side, we have the Hermit, the Five of Swords, the Four Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So it looks like your person is doing a lot of introspection right now, and they could very well be in their heads about it. And what's so interesting along this line, so this is what you're bringing, this is what they're bringing. Also, this is how you're seeing the relationship or whatever your endeavor is. I mean, the relationship, let's just go with that. Because that's what the reading's about, you and them. So this is how you view it, and this is how they view it, and it's also what you're both bringing. Let's see. So they're in hermit mode right now, which is actually really good. That's a very healthy and healing energy. Okay. The square space is gonna bug me. Okay. So the Hermit energy and the Five of Swords, Four Cups, Ace of Swords. And that's what I was saying. Right here, so these are what you're bringing. And then right here in the middle is really what's going on between you two right now. And and there's Judgment in the middle. And Judgment is often looked at and often seen as a resurrection, kind of a second coming, if you will. But in this card here, it's like the hand of fate. The hand of fate is holding a sword, and it's anointing this person who's rising out of the fire, out of the cauldron. And then you have, you know, it appears like maybe the innermost psyche is kind of sitting there with their head in their hands. So I'm getting from the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords on either side here. It looks like you're struggling on kind of what to do, and this person is struggling on what to think and how to communicate. There's like some sort of decision that you guys are both thinking about. However, with the Hermit here on your person's side, they're doing a lot of thinking right now. They're really in their head, because the Hermit is somebody who's like, you know, finding their inner truth, finding their inner guru. And the Five of Swords is, you know, it's really important. Like, perhaps they're struggling with, and these roles can be reversed, so this can be for you too if you identify or resonate more with this side of the reading. The Five of Swords can indicate like dishonesty. There can be a dishonesty with oneself. There can also be a dishonesty with the other person or the other people involved. In this card you see here, he's kind of like grabbing the swords and leaving, like kind of sidestepping, trying to get away. So it's like, I find this as an invitation to pay attention to, okay, what are you sidestepping here? What are you trying to get around? You know? But with the Hermit energy here, it looks like this person's probably just trying to buy themselves some time. They might be sidestepping the issue at hand so they can just take some more time to, you know, be introspective. And with the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is also like in this deck, it's really depicted as somebody who's also kind of going into meditation mode. But traditionally, it's somebody who's just sitting there and is kind of like, harumph. Oh, I'm not very happy with this, you know, this option that's being handed to me. Because traditionally in the Rider-Waite, there's like a hand of fate handing a fourth cup to this person, and they're just kind of like this and not wanting to see it. And basically what that says is that like the universe is handing you little miracles every day. And you know, this person, this figure in this card seems to be really meditating on what it is that they have, what it is they want to create, what's their inner truth. Like, they're really going inward with this situation. And ultimately on the bottom there is a truth, because the Ace of Swords says truth, revelation. And so I feel like this person is trying to figure out what it is that their inner truth is. And once they find that out, hopefully, ideally, they would be bringing it to the table to share, instead of, you know, keeping it under wraps with the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords really does suggest internal conflict in the mind about whatever it is that they're up against. And be this as it is a relationship reading, they're in their mind about what they want to do. What's their truth around how they feel in this relationship? You know, because we have the Four of Cups here. They may have been dissatisfied with what this is or what this was. You know, at some point, I mean, I get that on your side there's a lot of patience and a lot of groundedness and a lot of maturity, you know, and but there is a juggling about what to do. And there is internal struggle on what to do. You may be a bit more clear in your feelings, Pisces, about how you feel, given the Queen of Cups is here. And one of the things that I really like about this Queen of Cups, and about most all the Queen of Cups, is that if you see, this is the only cup in the suit that actually has a lid. And in other decks, it actually has like a ceramic lid or a glass lid, some sort of lid that matches the cup as a part of the cup. But here she has her hand over the top of the cup. And what that says, what that means in the tarot is she is not going to emotionally engage or give or receive any kind of emotional experience that isn't invited. So like we see this hand over the cup as like a boundary. So this is somebody who is able to set sound boundaries for themselves, is probably trying hard, trying to figure out, like maybe having a bit more thought and a bit of struggle internally and with other confidants about what kind of boundaries to set and what to do. Okay. Okay, so let's do a little bit of clarifying. I feel like the Two of Pentacles and the Hermit are pretty explanatory. Although, I mean, given what they're next to, it looks like the Pisces, or your person in this case, is, you know, should I or shouldn't I? Because there's an action card right underneath. And it could also be like, how do I want, like, what do I want to invest my pentacles in? Do I want to invest my pentacles in some sort of action over here? You know, maybe it's starting a new endeavor, or there's two new endeavors. It could be about a relationship or not with regard to the juggling piece. But I get the sense that it's like, what do I do? Because there's the Judgment here in the middle. This person's like, what do I do and what do I think? And I think that this person needs to actually probably get a bit more into what do they feel. Because it seems that the prominent feeling that they do have that's showing, because this is the only cup card here, is some sense of boredom or dissatisfaction, or there's just something, it's like, like, I don't like it. It's not perfect or whatever. You know, and it's kind of a trip because it's like with the fourth cup coming in from the Hand of Fate, it's like you manifested this. Like, this is what you asked for on some level. So there is a reason that this Hand of Fate has offered this to your person. Okay. All my little rocks and stones and crystals. Oh, I love them. They're the best. Okay. I'm trying to think about what I want. The Hierophant jumped out. Okay. Let's go ahead and clarify what the Five of Swords is about. What's this person being dishonest about, either with themselves or with you? And the other thing that's really interesting about this card is that they're all wearing blindfolds, except one. One person's just kind of standing off on the side and kind of giggling at like all these silly dudes that are trying to knock down this wasp's nest. You know, basically the meaning is like, there's more than one way to skin a cat, you know, and so they're all kind of chipping in on how do you approach this, you know. And at the same time, these folks, they all have blindfolds on. So Pisces, perhaps there's something that you haven't been seeing or haven't wanted to see in this situation. But then there's also that energy of the person that's just kind of standing on the side, kind of like watching it all unfold. I mean, truth be told, if I was in this group, I'd probably want to be that person. I don't think I'd want to be whacking at a wasp nest with a stick with a blindfold on. So I think the figure on this side is, you know, keeping their wits about them. And that would speak to the Queen and the King energy here. There's a lot of maturity and patience coming through, but yet some anxiety with like what they want to do, what you want to do, Pisces. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your person. Because I'm definitely getting, like, while the roles can be reversed, I'm definitely getting a feeling that this is you, especially on account of the Queen of Cups. Okay. Why is the Five of Swords here? 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 If you can hear that. Queen of Swords. Temperance. And Two of Wands. Okay. So, and then on the bottom is the Death card, but that'll change anyways. But, okay. So, you know, I mean, okay. Pisces. Now, if this doesn't resonate, like, okay, I'm just going to put a little trigger warning out there, because this is, you know, you got the Queen of Cups over here on your side, and then you have the Queen of Swords over here on this side. This doesn't have to be another lover. This could just be another influence of some kind. Because the reason that I say that is because there's the Two of Wands. And typically the Two of Wands is, you know, deciding between two things. Deciding between two things. And those two things can be anything. It could be in the relationship, don't be in the relationship. Have you as a friend, have you as a partner. Have you in their life, not have you in their life. Whatever the case may be. Like, this person is internally struggling in their mind because there's a choice between two things. However, it could be between two people, because there's Queen of Cups, you, and Queen of Swords. Or it can also be there could be a part of them that's very much in the Queen of Swords energy, where Queen of Swords is like logical, you know, cut this, like, logical. She's also kind of referred to as the Ice Queen sometimes. Really kind of very smart, very logical, very mind-oriented, not a very touchy-feely queen. She's really on top of her game when it comes to making decisions. She's very discerning, which is a strength, you know. And so it could be an inner portion of them. It could be another person, another outside influence, or it can be like another partner. Like, this could very well be like a choice between two people. There's Temperance in the middle here, and Temperance is talking about patience and taking one's time on the very, you know, surface level of Temperance. That's what you hear all the time, you know, being patient, all those things. The other part about Temperance, and this is Sagittarius energy, Queen of Swords is air energy, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. Temperance is actually a lot more intense than a lot of people will talk about, I feel like. So think about deep, profound change and the changing of the self. So when we temper something, and you could think of this in terms of tempering a sword, you take a piece of steel, you plunge it into the fire, get it all, you know, whatever it needs to be in order to like bang it out and like shape it and recreate it. Like you're still creating a sword, but you're like wanting to make the sword sharper and or whatever. Like say there's like a sword and it's kind of like it's not sharpened yet. It's just this piece of metal and it's kind of got this shape. Essentially, your person could be in the midst and with this hermit energy of totally like putting themselves in the fire, taking themselves out, pounding themselves into shape. It's a very grueling yet rewarding process. So I feel like that is a part of what this person is struggling with internally, mentally. So with temperance being here, it appears to me that it's more of an internal, so temperance and then the Five of Swords, it's like an internal experience. And I also wonder if there's like a third outside party influence, you know. That's a possibility. They could be somebody in their ear, you know, planting other, you know, other not ideas, but planting other thoughts in their head. So for instance, say this person is really trying to get into the hermit energy, is in the hermit energy, finding their own inner guru, finding their own truth, you know, finding their own truth. But then at the same time over here, like on the sidelines, there's confusion and deception and internal struggle in here, like mental struggle. And that can be somebody like in their ear about it, whether it's trying like somebody who is like trying to tell them what to do. Yes, do this. No, don't do that. You know, and so with that input, which is the same kind of energy over here too. You're also dealing with a group of folks who are trying to be like, well, this is what you should do. And then here are other people over here, if that's the case, telling this group, well, you should really think about this and think about that. When this person's just trying to find their own way. But it does look with the Two of Wands, you know, there's a choice between two things. So that's as far as I'll go with that. That's very thorough, okay? That's very thorough. I was gonna say more about the outcome down here. So while the King of Pentacles is in your energy, Pisces, and so you could be dealing with another earth sign, but you can also be dealing with your own sense of inner groundedness and trying to balance your material and your emotional and your practical, right? Because a lot goes into making decisions about who we have in our life and what we also want to bring and what we have to offer. And if we look at it as a standalone outcome, we have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So, you know, the Six of Wands is, there could be a lot, it looks like there's a lot of ego going into this truth here. Because the Six of Wands is somebody like returning from battle, right? So we have a return, and then we also have a resurrection. But this, it can, I mean, if the devil was here, I would say there's like way too much ego in the way. And with the King of Pentacles, that's definitely a grounded energy. It's I want to say a leadership energy, but I think that's more King of Wands. King of Pentacles, very practical, very grounded. It's often like the husband card or whatever, but it doesn't, you know, you could be married, you could not be, it doesn't matter. It's just, it's kind of like the guy who's like, or the person, sorry, the person who's always like kind of focused on their practical, like tangible money things, wanting to get their ducks in a row, typically actually has their ducks in a row. They have their ducks in a row, you know? They have a lot of resources. So either way, so that's the King of Pentacles, and then coupled with the Six of Wands and this Ace of Swords, like this is like the soldier has come back from battle, okay? And this is a victory card. Like they've come back, it's a victory, and they're also getting a lot of adulation and praise. They're getting a lot of attention. So, you know, perhaps your person, if your person is the King of Pentacles, perhaps they get a lot of attention and they're really kind of like, well, gosh, you know, if I go and I'm here and I, you know, and I give this another chance or what have you, then I won't like have all this attention from other people. That's also a possibility. But ultimately, whatever it comes down to, whatever truth that they have to share once they figure that out is going to be a part of the result of this. It's like, yes, you know, here's the truth. So let's look and see. Let's see what the Five of Wands is over here. And then I want to look into that truth. I think ultimately too, like this energy is really working towards what their truth is. And you could see how the confusion comes in with Two of Wands, a decision between two, and there's a Temperance. This is a process. This is a major arcana. So whenever there's a major arcana, it's like the cards surrounding it are just like what the theme is of that change, of that becoming. That's what it is. It's becoming. So like a sword is a piece of steel, but then it becomes a sword, right? After you shove it in the fire and bang the heck out of it and temper it, create it, make it what it's going to become. Okay. All right. But the Queen of Swords, it's kind of like, she's like, well, I want to be the one. I want to, I'm trying to shape your sword. Okay. All right. Okay. Why is the why is the Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? Oof. Why is the Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here? Okay. Okay. Okay, Pisces. Well, you have the Five of Swords on your side also. So there you have been a lot in your head about this, of course. You know, juggling. That's such a trip. There's so much mirroring in here. There's mirroring here. You both are like trying to figure stuff out, what to do, what to think. And then like Two of Pentacles juggling, like, and then Two of Wands. And then the Five of Swords is also here. Okay, so anyways, on your side, Pisces, it would appear like this relationship is very important to you. There's Six of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Swords. So the Six of Cups says that this is a very like deeply felt, you know, sweet connection. Oftentimes people call that like the soulmate card. It's also a card of nostalgia. Like there's a part of this, for you, there's a part of this connection that really like, you know, and these energies could be shared since they're on the line, you know, on the spectrum, but like there's a sweetness, there's a youthful, playful sweetness to this connection, which is really nice, you know. And then I think with the Hanged Man kind of ties in with the Two of Pentacles, just kind of like surrendering to what is and gaining a perspective. Just kind of like gaining a perspective, shifting your perspective. And when I say perspective, it makes me think of this person that's hanging back on the sidelines and just watching. The Hangman can be a card of, you know, surrender and allowing, just letting things be, just kind of, I think of it as like, you know, Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree before he became the Buddha, you know, it's like there's a surrendering to what is, and there's a part of you that just, you know how you feel, you know how this connection has been feeling to you, but I think that there is some fear in the Five of Swords energy on what you're going to do about it. You know, are you going to, and this is a doing, like, what are you going to do? Do you even need to do anything? So I think right now that this Two of Pentacles is a struggle between thinking, oh, I got to do something, and then a struggle between like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I'm going to surrender and let go. And, you know, some folks say let go and let God or whatever. Like let go, like give it up. So the Hangman is very much kind of, and that's another thing, you guys have two major arcana in the middle of your process. Wild. So there's a lot more, I feel like Pisces, you're very much more aware of how you feel and what you think, not too sure what to do, so you kind of keep going back and forth on what to do. Excuse me. You could even be going back and forth on in your practical life as well, seeing as that's the Pentacles, but juggling two seeds, you know. Which seed do you want to plant? Can you plant both of them? But the Five of Swords, and it does indicates that there is, you know, there is some fear. You know, there's a little bit of fear there. There's fear. And the thing is with this here, there's conflict, and you could see that this, so this figure right here, she's holding a rose in front of her eye, right? And then we have that mirrored in these this blindfold energy with those figures, you know. It's kind of like she's kind of partially not seeing or choosing not to see, and what she's kind of seeing and not seeing. Like here's this person who feels like her partner, and he's shadowy, you know, he's shadowy. he's not showing himself. And I apologize for the pronouns, but it's all energy. So like this person is shadowy. They're not showing themselves. They're just kind of staying in the shadows. And there's that heart shape right there in the coat. So like the heart is missing, you know. And with the Queen of Cups, Pisces, you picked up on that. You know that. And it's really hard. It's definitely a conflict, and that's the Five of Swords. It's a conflict with others, of ideas. It's a conflict of within the self in one's mind about, you know, maybe your Two of Pentacles here is and what to do is, should I pursue this relationship or should I not? Because this person isn't showing up. And in that showing up, that could feel very lonely for you, because it feels like, you know, with this person just lingering in the shadows, you know, it's like, it feels like they're heartless. It's like, what's going on? You know, where's your heart at? Because, you know, here we are experiencing these things. Where's your heart at? And this figure is in the shadows, and they're looking back. They're not back, but they're kind of looking elsewhere. It's like they're behind her and like looking away. And so you could wonder whether or not this is mirrored in this energy, doing shadow work. You know, Pisces, I think that your person is on the precipice of doing some shadow work right now, because, you know, if their heart isn't there, they have to find it. They have to find it because they're just kind of sitting around feeling all bummed or feeling disappointed or like, you know, bored or whatever. But ultimately, they need to be listening to themselves. You know, maybe the Queen of Swords is a part of their own inner psyche. Like they're kind of up against that archetypal energy inside of themselves. But if it's an outside influence, I really hope that this person just kind of like listens to themselves too, you know, whatever. But ultimately, they're going to find out what their truth is. I don't think that they know right now. I don't know. But either way, Pisces, it looks like that's just the current energy. Like, I think your person is on their own journey, and like while you do have a connection and you're connected, like there's kind of a do or die feeling here also with both of the fives. You know, and you're the Queen of Cups. And while this is sweet, you're also kind of surrendering to the fact that you're kind of just like chilling here with like, you're like waiting. Because for this person to kind of do their shadow work. And, you know, I would never recommend to anyone for them to wait for someone else to do their shadow work. Like I say, like you can still be present and still be engaged with somebody while they're going through that process. You could totally be there for them, like be, you know, a sounding board, especially if you've done a lot of your own work already. That can be really helpful for your person. You know, this definitely could be a friend, you know. But it looks like while that's there at its core, there is kind of a decision. There's decisions here. And then there's the judgment of like a resurrection, a coming back together. And judgment, like, what do I do? What to do? There's definitely a more patient energy on this side. I'm like, hey man, looking at the Six of Cups, la-di-da. Like all kinds of like love and nurturing and patience for this process over here, which is very important. But I feel like your person needs to kind of get out of their heads and like into their body and like into their heart more. And what is the outcome here? I see this, Pisces, I see this as not something that we're going to have an answer to. Like this looks like it's kind of like in process. This is totally the process of what's happening right now. But what we can do is we can look at the Ace of Swords energy. Like we've clarified more of what is going on between you guys, what's going on their side and what's going on their side, and gives us an idea of kind of the tone and tenor of like what's happening. And then ultimately there's like this truth down here. But I get the sense, Pisces, that you're definitely ready to like meet your king, you know, or your counterpart, your king counterpart, or your queen counterpart, because you have these two people here. And maybe that's part of what's going on over here. Like this person is tempering themselves, changing, doing a lot of, you know, trying to do some inner work, doing some meditation, getting in touch with their truth. Like maybe they're trying to find their inner king, inner queen. Oh. The Eight of Swords popped out just then. So definitely in alignment with all up in your head energy. Okay, why is the Ace of Swords here? 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 Yeah, okay. Judgment, again. Same card, different deck. So the Ace of Swords is basically this person's truth. They're trying to get down to the bottom of their truth. And it would appear that their truth is like, a part of their truth is they really value their independence. We have the Nine of Pentacles here, which is just like, oh, I so dig the Nine of Pentacles. Is one of my favorite cards because it's not just being single, it's being grounded in yourself, being like you got your shit together, and like you feel good in your own skin, you know? You feel good in your own skin. It's just coming, like being at peace with yourself and who you are, you know? And then there's this Page of Swords energy. So like, the truth is that this person really values their independence, and they're trying to make a judgment call right now. And in their desire to make a judgment call, to make a decision, to resurrect something, it would even appear, perhaps, because it's like a resurrection card, you know, is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is someone who's learning. You know, you see this person on a stack of books. So, you know, they could be studying, they could be reading, like maybe they're journaling or something, because if they're doing hermit, shadow, internal work, shadow work, trying to sort out the mind noise that they're they're just starting out on this, you know, and that's so it's kind of like there's a vulnerable energy there. Page of Swords is also the card of like keeping an eye on things. So yeah, Pisces, I don't think there needs to be much more clarification on your side. I mean, you know, I imagine you know how you feel. Shoot, I started shuffling and I didn't look bottom of deck energy. Oh well. Anyways, I think that's what I got for you. Ooh, I want to pick some like keyword cards. That just came to me. Let's do that. Is there in here? Or here? Let me see. That's not it. You know what? I don't think I have it in this basket. I don't. Shoot. Let me go grab them because I want to give you the words now. Okay. Well, let me pick an oracle card for you guys. Okay, well I'll just do these. I'll do these little goodies for you guys. Here they are. Yay. Okay. Since I picked all of these, I'll do these first. Okay. So these are like keywords. Keywords and qualities that you can take with you in this whole, what you're up against with this relationship with yourself. Okay. So we have mystery, of course, mystery and magic. So, you know, It's a mystery. It's a mystery what this person's going through. You know, and it's a mystery what you're thinking too. It's all a mystery. But there's magic to be made in this process, especially when it comes to shadow work. Like, it sucks, but ultimately it's magical, okay? And then there's turtle for peace and tranquility. That's always nice. And then coyote, cunning and resourceful. I think this person's trying to, you know, can be in the coyote trickster energy, also being cunning and resourceful. Okay, let's get a couple of these truth bombs from the I think it's like the freaking Cursey unicorn deck. So I think with the whole like mystery and magic, I think that really aligns very well with the Hanged Man energy. And also with the energy of that figure in the Five of Wands. The person just kind of hanging back. I think Pisces, it looks like you kind of go back and forth between surrendering and going with the flow and just letting things be, like the Hanged Man, just like trying to just keep your perspective about you, just surrendering, and then getting up in your head about thinking like you need to do something, you know. And I think like what this is saying, it seems to me like the advice is to just stay in that, you know, stay in that Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree energy, and get in touch with your turtle vibes, like peace and tranquility. Find your inner peace. You know, you're not, it doesn't look like you're the one going on the underworld journey anytime soon, you know. I mean, this doesn't feel very good over here, but there's nothing you can really do about that. Like, if your person is needing to figure out who they are, then that's just where they're at. So I think a surrendering to that is really important. All right, let's get some cursy, sassy unicorn messages. Perfect. What was I just saying? You do you. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. Perfect. Okay, it says, fuck, shit is about to get real. I think that's going to be on this side. Fuck, shit is about to get real. Fuck! You need your people around you. Okay. And then here's the other one. Put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. Okay. Oh, geez. You are going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Nice. Oh, I think this, yeah. Get some fucking sleep. You are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face to pillow now. These are awesome. Don't you just love how cards are like magic? Not even like magic, they are magic. Okay, and then let's get some sweet little flower messages. Do. I love all my little cards. This is fun. Okay. I won't shuffle these for too long. Oh, poor little deck. You're all bent. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And I'll get a flower for you and a flower for them. Okay. Frangipani, Plumeria alba. You are truly beautiful on the inside and the outside. Aww. Okay. Tulip, you are worth what it is you desire. Oh, that's great. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.